Hello there, my name is Sarah Sockett. I am an independent consultant with Arbonne International. So thank you very much for saying that you would like to watch this video. Um, First of all, before I share my screen with you and tell you all about Arbonne, I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. So I am 39 years old and I have a 2.5-year-old daughter and a very busy corporate account manager job, which I absolutely love. So I discovered Arbonne around about 12 months ago, and it was via the products. So I agreed to try some of my friend's skincare, which she'd recently joined Arbonne before that, and I thought, wow, these are really good. So I decided to join as a client and transfer over my current spend with a high street brand over to the Arbonne brand. So I set up my independent consultant account so that I could be a consumer but have additional discount. I then went on to try the nutrition program after unfortunately I do have a chronic health condition and things weren't going very well for me. I tried lots of different things and I felt like I'd completely run out of options. So I consulted my specialist nurse and told her all about the different products and the science and ingredients that were in them. And she agreed that I had absolutely nothing to lose, and that actually this actually sounded pretty genius, and it was all about scientific fact. And you know what, it absolutely changed my life completely. I'm so happy that I decided to try that and was open-minded to do that, because it has literally transformed my health. So I've become so passionate about these products and what it can do for people, because I've personally received the benefit of that through my skincare change, and also through the nutrition program as well. And since I've been on my Arbonne journey, I'm just helping more and more people to do exactly the same and to discover how they can become healthier, happy versions of themselves, just like I can. So I am going to share my screen with you so that we can get a few slides on the screen. So hopefully you should be able to see. Yep, you still see me in the top right corner. So this is the Discover Arbonne presentation. Should take about 15 minutes from here. If you do have any questions throughout the presentation, then please do drop them down, and then just drop me a message at the end with any questions that you have. So Arbonne, I think this is an absolutely brilliant slide, and it pretty much sums up the philosophy of Arbonne and what it aims to deliver and does deliver day in, day out, with thousands and thousands of people across the globe. So Arbonne transforms lives through pure, botanically based ingredients in scientifically tested products, pure, healthy lifestyle, and the pure joy of helping others. Amazing. And I can tell you now that just approaching 12 months into my journey with Arbonne, Arbonne literally live and breathe this statement. Everything in here is just totally brought to life. It's truly amazing. So actually, Arbonne celebrated its 39th birthday just last week, the end of January. And yeah, so it's 39 years old now. So it was founded by a Norwegian chemist called Peter Moore back in 1975, and he actually worked for what is actually a household name pharmaceutical company. And he came from quite a poor family, very hard-working family, but poor family. So he was raised up, raised within hardship, but he found himself in a career in the pharmaceutical industry, but was absolutely appalled by some of the chemicals and toxins that were being put into these products that people were either using to put on their bodies or to have prescribed. Absolutely mortified. And we now know some of those ingredients that he identified all those years ago. We actually now know that some of those products are completely banned worldwide. Very dangerous, very harmful to our health. So this is a man who saw what was coming, a real visionary. In fact, part of his vision was to create products that they were exceptionally safe, so free from all of those toxic ingredients and potentially harmful ingredients, but also that were vegan, that were gluten-free, that were soy-free, that were not tested on animals, and completely cruelty-free in the whole supply chain. So very, very much a visionary. And actually, if you think back to the 70s and 80s, actually anybody that talked about those kinds of words was potentially seen as a bit of a madman, to be honest. But he knew that this was the right thing to do, and that in many years' time, he could see that this was going to be what people were talking about. And of course, we now live in a day and age where people are very, very aware of what is in their products. People are choosing vegan lifestyles. We know now that gluten can be quite damaging. So there's lots of people that follow gluten-free diets, you know, and so many people are passionate about animals, and you know, and not having cruelty to animals, and no products that are associated with cruelty to animals. So a complete visionary. So he was also very passionate about the environment. So he didn't want anything to be put in those products that was potentially going to create damage to the environment. So we do have botanically sourced products, sourced ingredients within our products. However, rest assured, it's not to the detriment of anything in the environment. That's a real foundation of Arbonne, following through from Petter's vision all those years ago. Even down to nowadays, you know, with the delivery company that we use, they also have a carbon neutral footprint, because we're that passionate about, from start to finish, that everything should not impact negatively on our environment. So, you know, the packaging is recyclable, it's all made from recycled materials, etc., etc. So absolutely marvelous ethics that are being put into action every single day. But we're continually trying to improve that, you know, and you know, as much as we have the most fantastic ingredients policy, we're always testing out those and finding new ways to make things even better for people, which is absolutely wonderful that no one at Arbonne is resting on their laurels and are completely living and breathing Petter's dream and vision from all those years ago. So it is a global company. So throughout the 39 years, it's now expanded into 6 countries. So we are currently in the United Kingdom, USA, Canada, Poland, Australia, and New Zealand. So that means it's a fantastic opportunity to really leverage some of that time, which I know some of us are missing out on, you know, in these Western countries. So, okay, so our product advantage. So, as I've alluded to earlier on, we do have a fantastic ingredients policy, absolutely outstanding. So I'll give you an example. There is less than 20 ingredients that are banned in the United States from going into skincare products. In the EU, there are about 1,300 ingredients that are banned. Arbonne actually has over 2,000 products ingredients that they do not put into their products. We don't put anything that could potentially be harmful to humans or to animals or to the environment into our products. So absolutely phenomenal that we're just going above and beyond to ensure the safety of our products, keeping things really clean by not putting these toxins in, you know. And we're constantly working with you know, the best scientists and research and development people that you could possibly think of, to really utilize that technology and that research to make sure that you've got the most cutting edge products that are really delivering the most benefit to you. What's also fantastic is that all of our products are clinically tested. Now, what that means is, not only do they have in-house testing by Arbonne, like other brands in the high street will also have their in-house testing, we actually have our products all independently tested, which, you know, is absolutely amazing, because then there is no bias. The people that are testing these products don't work for Arbonne, they don't work for any other nutrition or skincare or makeup company. So It's completely unbiased, a even playing field. But guess who comes out on top every single time? It's Arbonne. Absolutely amazing. And as I've said before, never ever tested on animals. And we've got some absolutely fantastic certifications, which, you know, things like gluten-free certifications and vegan certified are really, really difficult certifications to gain. And Arbonne have those on all of their products, which is just amazing. So this is just a bit of a summary here with things that I've just said. So all of the products are pure, they are all safe, but ultimately they are beneficial to you. We have to deliver results. That's, you know, there's no point having something that's pure and clean if it doesn't do anything for you. That's what we all want. That's what we all buy things for, is because we receive a benefit. And absolutely, those three pillars are absolutely crucial. And if one of those doesn't work, it doesn't happen. So we make sure that all three of these are just achieved to the maximum before anything gets put to market and gets into a consumer's hands. There's just a few ingredients on the screen here which we formulate without. So you've got the most incredibly clean but beneficial products. So and some of the ingredients that you can see on the screen here, you know, we now know actually are linked to quite terrifying illnesses, and carcinogenics, etc., you know. And you know, there's a variety of ingredients here on the bottom of the screen which actually, once someone's recovering from cancer, they're told to avoid these ingredients. So why would we not, if they're not safe, why would we use them daily? You know, if there's an alternative out there. And that's just incredible that there is such a safe but beneficial alternative out there. It's absolutely wonderful. So there is a range of over 500 products, which is amazing because it means we've got something that appeals to everybody. So we've got various different skincare. So we've got anti-aging, pre-aging for sort of millennials of the time. We've got a men's range. We've got something for sensitive skins, but then we've also got nutrition. So we've got our fantastic 30 Days to Healthy Living program, which teaches people how to have a whole healthier, happier lifestyle with the benefit of these supplements, and really teaching people how to have that lifestyle and make better choices. So we've got a variety of supplements there, but we've also got a sports range which is used by a lot of elite athletes. We've got Paralympians that use these. We've got personal care products, so anything from a hand soap that's formulated without sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, which is a foaming agent, which you know, causes a lot of things. So you know, the minimum it will cause is very dry, tight hands, especially when it's cold at the moment. You know, if we're washing our hands, we get really tight, almost sandpaper-like hands. That's a lot to do with the fact that there's SLS in these products. So we've got items that you can substitute there, so you don't have to have hands like sandpaper. My hands are lovely and silky smooth because I do not use hand soap that has SLS in anymore. We've got a delicious home spa range, the Rescue and Renew range, which is just awesome. We've got a baby care range which I use on my daughter, so there's hair and body wash in there, but body lotion. I actually use the body cream on myself because it's that amazing. But there's also a nappy cream in there, which, you know, doesn't have to just be used by babies. It's just amazing to use on a variety of different things. I could do a whole presentation just on this nappy cream. They really should call it something else because it is just like a miracle in a little tube. We've got a fantastic hair care range. We've got aluminium free deodorants, we've got toothpaste, and then we've got makeup. And this makeup is absolutely fantastic. Not only does it give amazing coverage and last all day, it doesn't rot your pores. It's just the most incredible makeup range that's used by a lot of celebrity makeup artists actually, but without the celebrity price tag. And you know, it looks good up close, but it also looks good on camera. So it's just brilliant products that could appeal to absolutely everybody. The world and his wife would potentially be using one of these products you know, from their local supermarket or a high street brand, but they could switch into Arbonne and choose a much healthier, safer product that actually is going to deliver even better results for them. So Arbonne work in the social marketing industry. So some of you may be familiar with that term, some of you may not be. I'd never heard of it before. I've actually worked all my life in the traditional retail market. So I'm very familiar with the chart that's on the top of the screen, where if we think about that for a second, so we have a product that is manufactured. So the manufacturer has to pay all of his staff and all of his overheads, and then he wants to make some margin as well. Then that goes over to the wholesaler and then into the warehouse, sales force, retailers before it reaches the consumer. All throughout that process, everybody needs to pay somebody or pay their overheads, and they want to make their profit. That whole process can take quite a long time before, you know, from the point that that product is manufactured to the point that it reaches the customer. So what happens is these products get filled with parabens and other fillers to ensure that the shelf life is sufficient to sit on that shelf for quite often years. Isn't that scary that potentially you could be walking into a supermarket and buying, I don't know, let's say a face wash that was actually manufactured 5 years ago? That is just so scary. But I can tell you now, being familiar as I am in this sector, that has the potential to happen. And you know, and that also means not only have you got something that's potentially quite old before you've even bought it, actually, you know, the fillers that go into these actually dilute the benefit of that product. So sometimes you might buy a product and up to 80% of it is a filler, so it's doing absolutely no benefit to you whatsoever. But you're going into the chemist and you're spending £30 on your face cream. Actually, what's in there, £6 of it might actually be delivering a benefit to you. The rest of it is to cover everybody else's overheads and to give them the margin. That seems exceptionally unfair to me. As a consumer, that's really quite scary. So the social marketing sector works completely differently, and what happens is you have the product that's manufactured and it ends up to the consumer via the recommendation of the independent consultant. So we take out all of those middlemen, all of those extra overheads, all of those extra margin opportunities. So it's a really quick process from the point that it's manufactured to the point that you purchase it. So you don't have years worth of shelf life in this product. There is no fillers put into any of the products. So when you're buying something, 100% of it is of benefit to you, which is just amazing. And literally, as the independent consultant, Arbonne then just basically pay you a commission to say thank you for recommending that product to the end consumer. You know, it's such a simple model. So it's, you know, there's lots of reasons, as you can see here, why you would want to choose Arbonne and why you would want to do it now. So, you know, there's really 4 key things to pull out here. So they're consumable products. So we all have consumable products in our homes. We use things every single day to wash our face. It might be makeup, it might be a shake, toothpaste, deodorant, etc. When we run out of those, we repurchase them. So it's a real simple business that Arbonne is within, because people are constantly replenishing what runs out. So it's very simple, which effectively means if you recommend that once, so you do that work once, somebody buys over and over again, you get paid over and over again, but you've only done the work once. So that's really simple, because of the fact that it's consumable products. And obviously health and wellness, as I mentioned before, is just booming at the moment. Everybody is aware of their health and their wellness, and there's more products geared to healthier living and healthier lifestyle. So it's a really trendy thing. So absolutely ride the crest of this wave. It's an internet business, so that means, you know, if you've got a smartphone or you've got an iPad or, you know, a PC at home, whatever, and you've got internet, you can do this business. You don't have to have any of those, but that it's so easy to do it if you have. Literally, you can work in the pockets of your time. So if you've got 5 to 10 hours a week that you can invest in doing that and promoting your products and networking with people, amazing. It's just phenomenal what those 5 to 10 hours can deliver for you. And thinking back to having having trade in all those 6 different countries, it's amazing because everybody wants more time than they have. We're all really, really busy, on the rat race. Maybe we're missing out on taking our children to school and not going to the plays that they might be doing, or harvest festivals, nativity plays, etc., etc. We might be missing out on those because we're just too busy with our jobs. We can't get the time off work, so we have not got time to do those things. So actually, what Arbonne does, because of the way that the countries that they trade in, literally, I could go to sleep this evening and I might wake up in the morning and a client in America or New Zealand or Australia has placed an order based on a recommendation that I may have made months and months ago. That's simple. I've earned some commission whilst I'm asleep. And that is how we can create this time leverage, because we're building that customer base and people are buying those consumable products again once they run out. We don't have to do anything for that. And it's just very, very simple, really, really effective. And the simplicity of this model is just so genius. So literally, you're buying your skincare or, your hand soap or your toothpaste from somewhere else. You would stop doing that. You buy that product from your own shop. You get a better product, at a good price. And yeah, why would you line your pockets? Why would you line the pockets of someone else for a diluted product when you can just not do that? Yeah. So you stop buying those products elsewhere. You start to enjoy the Arbonne products and the benefits, and naturally, because you will inevitably see benefits of using these products, you will be talking to other people about it. People will be noticing differences in you, in your skin, etc., etc. You want to share how fantastic they are, and literally that is it for your client base. If you then have people that maybe want to do the business as well, you share how to do that. Literally, as I am doing right now, I'm sharing how that works and how people can buy better, healthier, safer products. And then when you've got your customer, they literally click, they order online, that product is delivered to your door. So there is no traipsing around the streets, delivering catalogues, taking orders, sorting out orders when they get delivered to your house, and then having to deliver them back out to other people. Not like it used to be in the 80s with some companies that I'm sure we're all familiar with that still actually do that model now. Doesn't work like that. The customer places their own order, done, delivered to them. It's just so simple, and you just do this time and time and time again, and you just accrue that income. So really, it just starts with you. You have to decide if you are hardworking, if you are open-minded, and you're smart, and you want to get more out of your life than you're currently getting, you can do this. That's it. So we've spoken about the global opportunity that there is and how you can leverage that. And then we look here at the compensation plan. I'm not going to go into massive detail about this, but there's only 4 levels to Arbonne. And it's really important to know that anybody that comes in at the beginning can overtake the person at the top. That is what I call fairness. Because actually, do you know what? If you walked into a job tomorrow, how long would it take you to get to the top? And what would it take for you to get to the top? It's going to take other people to leave. You may have to bleed to get there, but ultimately, people have to leave before you get promoted. And we've all been there where we think we work harder than the person that we're reporting into, and how unfair that feels, that they're earning more than you but they're not putting in as much effort as you. Absolutely does not work like that, Arbonne. If you are lazy, you're not going to be successful. If you're prepared to put in the effort, you can overtake the person that brought you into this business. So say, for example, you decide, Sarah, I love what you've said. How do I get involved? I want to jump in with the business. Brilliant. I'll show you how to do that. If you work harder than me, you get more people in your team, you get more clients than me, you can overtake me, you can earn more money than me, and that's absolutely fine, because that's fair, isn't it? Why should I sit back and count all the money because of other people's work? That's not fair, is it? So you really do get out what you put in here, and I love the fairness of that. You do get a white Mercedes when you reach level 3, and an even nicer white Mercedes when you reach level 4. But for me, what I wanted to sort of touch on mainly is the second level, which is what we refer to as area manager. So really, good income here, the equivalent to a lot of people's full-time income, and a reasonable amount of time to get to that position. There is nothing to say that you couldn't get there in 6 weeks if you just decided you're going to put your foot to the floor. This is just the average time here of 19 months. But what I find is really exciting, once you are at that level, if something happens to you, your business will continue to pay your children. That is amazing for me. So if I was to die tomorrow, any income that comes through my online shop goes directly to my daughter. I don't know anywhere else that you would find that. We all have perks in our jobs, and different pay scales, but I do not know anywhere that offers that. And just the peace of mind that delivers is just absolutely priceless, I believe. So there's 3 different ways that you can join. So you can join as a host. So you might think, actually, do you know what, Sarah, I really like these products. I'd like to sort of, I think I know some friends that I'd like to get around and try these products. So you could host a product event. So you can do that in person or online. So you can do that, and then you can earn what we call a host reward. So you get a free gift for doing so. Or you can join as a client, and our client pays full price, or you can join as a preferred client where you enjoy 20 to 40% off everything in the Arbonne catalogue. Or you can decide that you love so much everything that you've heard today that you want to jump in as an independent consultant. Now, it's literally £30 to join as an independent consultant, which is just so low cost and low risk. It's just astonishing. Absolutely amazing. So you can join for that little. I mean, what's that? That's the cost of a takeaway, isn't it? A takeaway for a couple of people. So cheap, but you get to enjoy 35 to 50% off the products. You get to work towards that fantastic compensation plan that I just showed you on the previous slide, and the world is then your oyster. You put in the hard work and the graft, and you can potentially have life-changing income. It might be that you think, actually, do you know what, I really am quite happy with my work, with my family, but I really like the sound of these products, and I would actually like to share these with people, but I want to do it sort of just to earn a little bit of money alongside my current job. That's absolutely fine. We've got a lot of people that do that. It's entirely up to you, because you are then your own boss. You decide how many hours you work, you decide how much effort you're going to put in, and how much money you want to earn. So there is no pressure on you to make yourself a millionaire within 4 years. If you're just happy earning £100 extra a month, that's absolutely fine. That's entirely up to you, and all praise to you for wanting to do that. So really 3 simple ways to get involved. So really hope what you've heard today, like what you've heard today even. So like I said at the beginning, if you have any questions at all, please do let me know. So I'm hoping by the end of this video you've got an idea of what Arbonne is, what the products are, and why they are amazing, and obviously how you can become involved. The 3 different ways you can become involved. So if I've not explained any of those 3 things clearly, please come back to me, and any other questions at all, please do let me know. So I'll just leave you with one final thought for those of you who want to make a big change in their life. If you keep doing what you're doing today, where will you be in 5 years' time? If you're happy with that, amazing, good for you. If you're not happy with what that looks like, this just might be the best thing that you ever say yes to. So rather than say, what if it doesn't work? Ask yourself, what if it does? So just going to come back onto full screen now. hopefully, she says. Stop share. There we go. So that's it. So again, thank you very much for watching, and let me know if you've got any questions at all. Speak soon. Take care.